Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the class Buddhism 305. Buddhism in East Asia. Today is April 24th, 2023. Our, I think, fourth session. Yeah, fourth session. I hope everyone is doing great with the class work. So today's topic is on King Ashoka and the spread of Buddhism. Even though we are talking about East Asia, Buddhism in East Asia, we are still looking at the groundwork in the sense that how Buddhism developed in India and how Indian kings and others, monks, helped the spread of Buddhism out of Indian territories. So King Ashoka, one of the great persons, great kings, emperors who supported Buddhism to the best of his abilities. It's very easy for you to find information, data on him. A lot of stories and other things online. You may, if you do little Googling, you will be able to find a lot of information because he's so famous, so popular among Buddhists and non-Buddhists, among historians and archaeologists, many fields. So as you may know, King Ashoka, he was born in somewhere in 273 BCE, roughly 273 BCE. And he usually says he lived up to 231 BCE. Sometimes it said 238 BCE. So anyhow, you have to say like in the 3rd century BCE, before the Common Era, in the 3rd century, this great emperor, Mauryan, he belonged to the Mauryan clan, Mauryan Empire. So he was the most successful emperor in that empire, Mauryan Empire. Ashoka was the most powerful and most successful person. He was, at the beginning, he was following the, what you may call the, in text, it said Digvijaya. Digvijaya means conquering the other nations or other countries or other territories with the power of the sword, with war, with fight, with battle, following battle and overcoming the other territories and adjoining them with his own empire. He enlarged, expanded his empire in that way, by fighting and by killing and ransacking and doing all kinds of carnage, destruction. He did a lot of those things. He killed many and expanded his empire. It's understandable, like Alexander, those days, expansion happened that way, with the power, might. So King Ashoka followed the same path, same rule, and he had a battle called Kalinga, that is the territory in Indian soil, and he had a fierce battle to overcome the, overpower the Kalinga. And after that battle, he was shocked after seeing the destruction, killing of people and the other destruction. He was shocked. He became disappointed. He became like feeling sort of sorrow. That happens to anybody, you know, when you see the total destruction that someone has, you know, done, the calamity and the big problem that he has created. Sometimes people feel so bad about it. So Ashoka, it happened to him, same thing. And anyhow, he met with a very young monk. He saw a very peaceful monk walking on the street, begging bowl with the begging bowl. And he invited that little monk, young monk, to his palace. And after seeing the serenity and the calmness and all the friendliness in that monk, he became interested in Buddhism. And later, of course, he had the chance of meeting, you know, responsible people. And then somehow he became a Buddhist. He was really interested in learning Buddhism and making others to learn Buddhism. In his kingdom, in Mauryan Empire in India, what he did was he did a lot of things to spread Buddhism. So these are not just fictitious things. One of the great things that he did was he inscribed, you know the word inscribe, he wrote on stone. They are called Asoka edicts. Asoka edicts. His writings were in stone slabs and stone pillars. So whatever he did, he established those things all over his kingdom, his empire. In fact, actually, the Buddha's birthplace and the place where Buddha attained enlightenment, Bodh Gaya, and where he passed away, and where he gave the first, where he delivered the first sermon. All these 4 places, later on, archaeologists recognized that this is the exact place where the Buddha was born, with the help of Ashoka, with the help of the king Ashoka, because he had visited those places and he put a pillar in each of those places saying, this is the place where the Buddha was born. This is the place where Buddha entered into parinirvana, or he passed away, things like that. So that was like after the passing of the Buddha, it was like only 150 to 200 years. So it's not that far from the Buddha's passing. So at that early period, it's a benefit of the history of Buddhism that King Ashoka decided to do something like that. So those are, in that sense, Ashoka is very important for the history of Buddhism. And the other important thing is that during his time, he wanted to purify the monks' dispensation, monks' community. He wanted to clean. I'm using the easy words for you to understand. Clean in the sense not to wash them, not to, you know, to purify the sasanas, to purify the dispensation, Buddha's dispensation. At that time, a lot of, you know, fake Buddhists, they became monks and they enjoyed the comfort of the, royal patronage. So he wanted to stop that thing and to get rid of the bad, fake monks and purify the dispensation, Sangha. And he chased 60,000 of fake monks. Imagine. That's how the text says, 60,000 of fake monks only for the name. And they chased them away and purified the sasana, Sangha. And also he convened a council. I remember last time also I mentioned about this thing. The third Buddhist council, after passing of the Buddha, like 250 years later, he convened this big council. And after the council, he decided that I should not keep this Buddha's message. I should not only benefit out of it, but I have to share it with the others. So he decided to send monks and nuns from India to different countries, different areas, different territories of India. He sent about 9 missionaries. That's how it is called, missions. He sent missions to different countries. One of the earliest countries to receive Buddhism because of King Ashoka is Sri Lanka. That's in 237, 38, somewhere around that time, BCE. Sri Lanka got Buddhism through King Ashoka. The interesting thing was that his own son and daughter, they both became monks and nuns. King's son and daughter, they both became a monk and a nun, and they both went to Sri Lanka to spread Buddhism. So imagine then he has given a high priority to spread Buddhism in Sri Lanka. So not just Sri Lanka, Burma, Myanmar, and also different parts of India, India is a continent. So subcontinent actually, in different parts means far away, far off places. And some missionaries went even to Persia and Greece, that far. So this is very interesting thing. In 300 BCE, an emperor sending missionaries to different parts of the world to share the Buddha's teachings. Earlier, he was trying to, overcome the kingdoms and other territories by the power of sword, with might, and later he decided that's not the way to do so. The best way is to share the Buddha's message and invite the territories and other nations to follow Buddhism and become friends with them, which is very beautiful idea. So it's called Dharma Vijaya, victory through Dharma, victory through sharing the Buddha's message, Dharma Vijaya. So that principle, he did it in his own kingdom and among the other territories and other countries. In his among his kingdom, among his subjects, he had many ways of communication. The very good thing is he established everywhere. He established what you may call inscriptions. edicts or pillars where some important messages are inscribed, and then people read them and understand them. Good advice. Some sayings of the Buddha he popularized through edicts, inscriptions, slabs, whatever the word you want to use. They are still available. Archaeologists have found many of them. And it suggests that the king was so righteous, king was so nice that he wanted to enjoy his subjects, his citizens, maximum, they should get maximum benefit out of Buddhism. And very interesting thing is when he visited the Buddha's birthplace, it is called Rummindei, today Nepal, Lumbini, he had established a pillar. It's called Rummindei pillar. In that pillar, he mentions, after I became the emperor of this king, after, I don't remember the exactly what year, after becoming the emperor in this kingdom, in such and such year, I visited this place where the Buddha was born. Hida Buddhe Jate Saptamuni. He mentions like that in the Brahmi language, Brahmin script. I came here, and very interesting. The people who are living in this village, they should pay only 1/8 of the taxes that other people are paying. Generally, the other people, they had to pay 8. But the people who are living in this particular village, because the Buddha was born here, they have to pay only 1. The others have to pay 8. Let's take it that way. Others have to pay 8, but people in this village, they have to pay only 1. Because the Buddha was born here. Something like that. So these are not just, these are historical facts. They are still there. Anybody can go read that and understand it. That's what he has done. And he says what is very important for us in this class, because we are looking at the spread of Buddhism, he mentions different names of the people, names of the monks who visited different parts of the world, territories and other places. Usually 9 territories he sent missionaries, monks and nuns to spread Buddhism. China is not there. Japan is not there, but to different parts of India and South India. So this practice of spreading Buddhism, expansion of Buddhism, happened so early in the history of Buddhism, because the king and the others realized that this is something that we need to be shared with others. Sharing the Buddha's message was a very important thing for them. And today we can understand that how important it is to share these teachings, and with the help of these teachings, millions of people have benefited out of it. So Ashoka, among many other missionaries, his name shines in the Buddhist history. It's because of him, actually, Theravada, there are 3 different fraternities, Theravada, Mahayana and Vajrayana. Theravada became so strong with the help of King Ashoka. which is because of King Ashoka's support and help that Theravada got established, and Theravada got expansion, Theravada Buddhism, you know. In that sense, he is very important for the Theravada Buddhist countries. And also Mahayana Buddhist countries, because he preserved the Buddha's teachings. He protected it. And the others could follow them because of his actions. So in this way, King Ashoka is one of the greatest monarchs, greatest emperors that you find in Buddhist history, not just Buddhist history, I think in world history. Because historians and archaeologists, they have praised his mission, his whatever the things he did. In the world history, he's a very big figure. So please, my request for you is this. Now he's very famous, popular person. So if you could do little research online. Nowadays, these are nothing. Everything is available. Information is there, but you should know how to get there. So use your capacity and do little research and find out more info. Find out more information about King Ashoka and his contribution to the spread of Buddhism, to the expansion of Buddhism in the 3rd century BCE. That's your homework. And with that, I wind up today's lecture. So you have to do, I did only 50%, you have to do the other 50%, okay? And any question, please email me. Hope you enjoy this week. Thank you.